National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you, but our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more.
When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it.
We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors.
From the lakeshores of Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota,
the fertile fields of Indiana, Illinois, and Iowa, to the wide open plains of North and South Dakota.
We are here for our hometowns.
And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Illinois Army National Guard, aired by the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties is proud to be the exclusive sponsor of the WHOW Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, announced at the end of every Maroon sports broadcast. Our WHOW announcing staff will select that night's WHOW ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties Clinton Maroon Player of the Game, whose play will be highlighted in each WHOW Maroon postgame broadcast, and that player receives a certificate. Remember ServPro of Piatt, DeWitt counties, the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction. Find out their services by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
8 minutes after 8 o'clock is news time on this Wednesday morning. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast brought to you by, or streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. The DeWitt County Museum hosts its final candlelight tour of the season Friday night. Then it's off to the museum's off season. Joey Long is the director of the DeWitt County Museum and C.H. Moore Homestead and calls the candlelight tours full Victorian splendor. She says no two rooms are alike, and if you've been in years past, it'll look totally different this year.
Candlelight tours at the museum is a tradition that goes back for decades. While the museum is open during, regular daily hours, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5 and 1 to 5 on Sundays, on Friday evenings during the holiday season, we offer special Christmas candlelight tours. So each room in the home is decorated in what I like to call full Victorian splendor. Mm-hmm. No two rooms alike, just absolutely beautiful. All rooms on the lower level are lit by candlelight. Mm-hmm. And so it just certainly, there's something about the candlelight that just, takes you back in time, and no pun intended, but you see the whole house in a different light. Mm-hmm. It just has a completely different feeling to it. So yeah, it's gone on for decades. It's always been a favorite with people, and we're happy to bring it once more.
The final candlelight tour date is Friday night. Tours are from 5 to 8 p.m. According to Long, the museum closes down for the winter season around the first of the year, and all sorts of things become a priority for Long and the Homestead Board.
So yeah, the museum is open for tours April through the end of December. And then January, February, and March, the museum is closed. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's kind of like hibernation mode as far as, welcoming visitors and doing tours, but it's still a very active and busy time for us. Mm-hmm. So first off, in January is when membership dues are collected. Mm-hmm. So the renewal letters will go out, and also letters sent, inviting people to, perhaps consider becoming a new member, and all of those things are processed and taken care of.
Additionally, it may seem like a ways off still, but Long begins preparations for the Apple and Pork Festival. She also begins research for new exhibits, as well as continuing the care of the collection.
Well, believe it or not, we start on festival, flea market. All that preparation and planning will begin. Contracts will begin going out during that January, February, March period, and they'll be coming in during that period. Also, we have some things as far as collection care or presentation that I want to take care of. Mm-hmm. It's just much easier to do when you don't have the tour traffic going on. Sure. And then also I will be working on exhibit research and production. So the plate will be full, but I'm looking forward to all of these projects. And it's sad to put the house to bed at the end of December, but it's also a great feeling to start that new year and be able to get to work on all these new projects.
We'll hear more from Long in the weeks ahead about memberships at the museum. If you'd like more information, visit chmorehomestead.org or find the CH Moore Homestead on Facebook. A Piatt County nonprofit is celebrating the successful first step of a big vision in Monticello's downtown. Joe Maxey is the executive director of Willow Tree Missions in Piatt County and indicates the downtown location has been in the works since around 2020, and they finally opened it earlier this fall. She points out they do not take donations at the downtown location, so continue to take those to the original space.
At the new shop on Washington, and we are pleased to continue to announce that the retail shop at Washington is now open. So while we are one mission, we are located in two different spots. We remain open at the original, well, not original, but the current retail shop at 351 West Monroe. And we are open there Mondays through Saturdays, 9 to 5. And that's where we take donations of goods, and that will remain. That will always be our donation center. And now we are open at 100 East Washington, which is on the square. And we are open here Wednesdays through Saturdays, 10 to 6, to try to give people a little chance to do some shopping after work if you're an 8 to 5er. We do not take donations of goods here. We are not set up for that. And we don't foresee that happening. We foresee the Monroe Street location continuing to be our ongoing donation center.
Maxey calls the completion of the thrift store a huge domino to fall and looks forward to focusing next on the next phase of the building renovation.
That is a huge domino to fall. So we have the first floor is divided into 3 sections, and we have 2 out of those 3 sections open. We still have renovation work to do on the 3rd section, which is really the main section. And we'll work on that this coming new year. And we hope to have that open this summer of 2023. And then we will focus our efforts on the transitional housing that is upstairs on the 2nd floor. So hopefully by the end of 2023, everything is up and running. But that all really depends on a different kind of donation. It depends on financial donations, a donation of volunteer labor, depends on donation of construction materials and that kind of thing to get that project done.
The capital campaign for Willow Tree Missions continues. Maxey feels it has been wildly successful. She thanks all the donors for their financial contributions as well as material donations.
So we still have our capital campaign. It is ongoing. And it has been, I'm going to say, wildly successful. We have had some various generous donations from private citizens in our community and surrounding area. We have received many wonderful gifts in kind. The largest one is Dupson Heating and Air Conditioning, along with Train, with our 3 furnaces and 3 air conditioning units. But we have received a donation of a crane to lift those air conditioning units up onto the roof from Custom Crane Services out of Mahomet. And we have received several grants. So the capital campaign is doing very well.
Over 180 volunteers have made meaningful contributions to the downtown location. Maxey says groups across the community are coming out in support of their mission.
Also, even more thrilled to say, we've had about 185 volunteers work just at the Washington location to help us with renovation and construction activities. And those 185 people donate about 240 hours a month. And so that is a huge amount of time that is donated to us from our community, school groups, church groups. Rotary has been here. I want to do a shout out to the Monticello High School. They disassembled some wood shelving in the basement, and they milled it and fabricated it for wood trim in the building. So we've had lots of help, and it's been very, very meaningful to us, and I think it's been meaningful to the people who come and donate their time. We've also had a lot of volunteers come from the Knights of Columbus. They come probably every 3 weeks or so
Mm-hmm.
and donate several hours.
Maxey indicates while they continue to focus on the development of the downtown location, they continue to serve individuals and families impacted by domestic violence, and that has totaled over 60 families and children. Learn more about Willow Tree Missions by searching for Willow Tree Missions on Facebook or visiting willowtreemissions.org. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Piatt insurance agent in Clinton. A look at local sports is next.
Flu season is back, and our Warner Hospital and Health Services walk-in clinic inside our family medicine clinic is ready. CEO Paul Scourin here. Our walk-in clinic is here to treat those flu symptoms. No appointment? No problem. Find out more by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
When it comes to fire and water restoration, ServPro of Piatt DeWitt counties is the leader in cleaning, restoration, and construction. Find out all the services they provide by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace now offers free assembly and free delivery, so it's never been easier to get a great grill for your family, like a Weber gas grill, a Traeger wood pellet grill, or a Big Green Egg charcoal grill. Only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block. What you need in stock. With people who know their grills.
This is Brad from Gibson Ace Hardware in Clinton, Illinois. Stop in to see us, the helpful place at 114 North Madison Street, Clinton.
See participating store for details.
Liberty Village, located at 1 Park Lane, west in Clinton, pauses from all the hustle and bustle of the season to thank its many customers and friends for their patronage this past year and wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas. It's their sincere wish that you celebrate the holidays with the ones you love and that the new year will be full of health, happiness, and prosperity. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you from the management and staff at Liberty Village, located at 1 Park Lane West in Clinton.
With SRN Sports, I'm Jim Bartow. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts still has a chance he could play Saturday against the Dallas Cowboys. Hurts sprained his right shoulder in Sunday's win against Chicago. Eagles coach Nick Sirianni did not rule out Hurts on Tuesday. The Eagles need one more win to clinch the NFC East and secure the number 1 seed in the NFC. They would turn to backup QB Gardner Minshew to start Saturday's game against the Cowboys if Hurts isn't ready to play. Zach Wilson will start at quarterback for the New York Jets against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike White still hasn't been cleared by doctors to play as he recovers from broken ribs. YouTube TV has emerged as the favorite to land the NFL's Sunday ticket package of out-of-market games, but the sides have not finalized a deal. The Wall Street Journal was the first to report that YouTube TV was the front runner for the package that allows fans to watch any Sunday afternoon game. This is SRN Sports. A parade in Buenos Aires to celebrate the return of Argentina's World Cup champion team was abruptly cut short as millions of people poured onto streets, highways, and overpasses in a chaotic attempt to catch a glimpse of team members. So many jubilant fans swarmed the Argentine capital on Tuesday that the players were forced to abandon the open-air bus taking them to Buenos Aires. They instead boarded helicopters for a capital flyover that the government billed as an aerial parade. The Masters is keeping its criteria the same for next year. That means 16 players from Saudi-funded Live Golf will be at Augusta National to compete for a green jacket. The 16 players from Live Golf include 6 former champions and 6 who qualify by being in the top 50 in the world ranking. The San Francisco Giants postponed a news conference Tuesday to introduce Carlos Correa after a medical concern arose during the All-Star shortstop's physical. This is SRN Sports.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. In a game heard on WEZC, Drew Shepard recorded his 3rd double-double this season as Monticello took down Warrensburg-Latham 37-28 in non-conference high school boys basketball action from the Seaver Center at Monticello High School Tuesday night. Shepard scored 7 of his 20 points in the opening quarter, going 5 for 6 at the foul line. In the frame, leading scorer Trey Welter struggled from the floor, but finished with a career-best 9 rebounds. Monticello turned a young Cardinals squad over 13 times for 14 points. Warrensburg-Latham committed 10 first-half turnovers. The Sages scored 22 of its 37 points. in the paint. Shepard's third double-double of the season and his career, as well as commanding play, earned him another Serve Pro of Piatt DeWitt County Player of the Game award. Monticello improves to 5-4 overall. It's off to Holiday Hoop play for Monticello when they open the Holiday Tournament on Monday at 11:30. Hear the action on 95.9 FM WEZC, as well as at DeWittDailyNews.com. The Sages return to the floor Monday night as well at 7:30. Illinois signed coach Brett Belima to a 6-year contract extension through 2028 Tuesday, a big reward for transforming a struggling program into a winner in just his second season. Belima, 13-11 with Illinois, gets a bump in salary from $4.2 million to $6 million. The deal, which is pending approval by the school's Board of Trustees in January, includes various bonuses like a $500,000 annual retention incentive. He's also eligible for four one-year extensions if certain performance thresholds, which were not disclosed in the announcement, are met. The 8-4 Illini went 5-4 in the Big Ten and are wrapping up their best season since the 2007 Rose Bowl team won 9 games. They were ranked in the AP Top 25 poll for 5 straight weeks and made the college football playoff rankings for the first time. They're set to face Mississippi State in the ReliaQuest Bowl on January 2nd in Tampa, Florida, after finishing with losing records the previous 10 years. The 52-year-old who led Wisconsin to 3 Rose Bowls before a disappointing run at Arkansas is 110 and 69 in 14 seasons as a college coach. Belima is from Western Illinois. Bears offensive lineman Tavon Jenkins made practice this week after being carted off from the field with a neck injury Sunday. Jenkins was at the team's practice facility Tuesday, 2 days after he was injured against the Philadelphia Eagles. Coach Matt Eberflus says it is a possibility Jenkins practices this week, with Chicago set to host the AFC East leading Bills on Saturday. The Bears held a walkthrough on Tuesday. The news wasn't good, though, for rookie linebacker Jack Sanborn. He was placed on injured reserve because of an ankle injury he suffered against Philadelphia. Eberflus says Sanborn likely would have been able to return had the injury occurred earlier in the season. A Chicago area product who went undrafted out of Wisconsin has started 6 games. The Bears also designated running back Khalil Herbert to return from injured reserve on Tuesday. He is expected to play this week. Nikola Vucevic had 29 points and 12 rebounds. DeMar DeRozan scored 24 points, and the Chicago Bulls stopped a 4-game slide, beating the Miami Heat 113-103 Tuesday night. Zach LaVine had 21. Kobe White scored 14 for the Bulls, who used a 30-7 run in the second half to take control and looked nothing like the team that lost 150-126 to Minnesota on Sunday. Bam Adebayo made his first 9 shots and scored 27 points. He also had 12 rebounds for the Heat, who got 19 points from Tyler Hero, 18 from Haywood Highsmith, 14 from Vic Oladipo, and 13 from Duncan Robinson. But Miami was without 3 starters as Jimmy Butler battles illness. Kyle Lowry is out with left knee soreness, and Caleb Martin is out with a sprained ankle and had its season-best 4-game winning streak snapped. And for one night, all was well for the Bulls again. The 11-18 start entered Tuesday had clearly taken a toll. Players were confronting one another in the locker room at halftime of what became Sunday's rout, but Hero made a 3-pointer to open the second half and put Miami up by 8. Chicago responded with its 30-7 run, highlighted by 14 consecutive points in one stretch, and Patrick Williams' 3-pointer put the Bulls up 82-67. The lead stayed in double figures the rest of the way. The Bulls will visit the Hawks tonight. Ryan Donato continued his hot streak of goal scoring, and the Seattle Kraken got off to the start they needed against an opponent they've struggled with their first 2 seasons. Donato scored in his 4th straight game. Carson Soucy, Daniel Sprong, and Jared McCann scored in Seattle's 3-goal second period as the Kraken beat the St. Louis Blues 5-2 on Tuesday night. Seattle won consecutive games for the first time in nearly 3 weeks, snapping the Bulls' 4-game win streak and the Blues, 4-game win streak and beat St. Louis for the first time in the Kraken's 2 seasons. St. Louis looked as if fatigue had finally caught up. The Blues were playing with their 3rd back-to-back in the last 9 days and had swept through the Western Canada with wins in Edmonton, Calgary, and Monday night in Vancouver before running into Seattle. Colton Parayko scored his second goal of the season for St. Louis at 5:59 in the third. And Pavel Buchnevich scored with 1 second left on a power play at 10:54 to pull St. Louis within 4-2. Greece had 28 saves. The Blues were also without leading scorer Jordan Kyrou due to an upper body injury one night after recording his first career hat trick. In a 5-1 win over Vancouver, he was checked into the boards by Vancouver's Kyler Burrows with 1:31 left in the game and did not play another shift. Kyrou had been on a hot streak with 9 points with 6 goals and 3 assists. In the first 3 games of the Blues road trip, he began the night as St. Louis's leading scorer with 16 goals and 32 points. The Blues will close out the road trip at Vegas on Thursday. Get sports anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
All of us at Utterback Real Estate in Clinton pause from all the hustle and bustle of the season to thank our many customers and friends for their business this past year. This is Ryan Utterback wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas.
Utterback Real Estate in Clinton is among the many who send you and your family season's greetings this holiday season. Hi, this is Ryan Dalton, and it's our hope that your family celebrates a very Merry Christmas and that the new year is full of happiness, health, and prosperity.
Holiday cards line the mantle, friends and family reminding you that you're in their thoughts at this time of year. You're in ours as well. This is Jason at Jason France State Farm on Mr. Lincoln Square in Clinton, hoping you have a holiday season full of good tidings. All of us at Jason France State Farm in Clinton send best wishes throughout the new year.
The family gathers around the tree on Christmas Eve. The hearth is warm and the house smells of cranberries and nutmeg. Happy holidays from everyone at Jason France State Farm on Mr. Lincoln Square in Clinton. This is Jenna wishing the best for you in the coming year.
Encore Thrift Store in Clinton says when they count their blessings at Christmas time, they think of all their friends and customers, old and new. They wish that Christmas may be a happy and a merry one. There's no poem, song, no truer words to express the sentiments than this sincere greeting. Merry Christmas. God bless you. The best of all things to you this holiday season from Encore Thrift Store in Clinton. Serving people with disabilities, we're worth the trip.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. It's a cross-country storm that's packing a powerful punch. A huge winter storm that slammed the Northwest is marching east, spreading heavy snow and ice, powerful winds, dangerously cold temperatures, just in time for holiday travel. In his first trip abroad since the Russians invaded his country earlier this year, Ukrainian President Zelensky now on his way to Washington. He'll be meeting with President Biden later today and also will address lawmakers on Capitol Hill. The $1.7 trillion omnibus spending bill includes money for customs and border protection, but there's a catch, the money not to be used to actually secure the southern border. The Biden administration asking the Supreme